on a cloudy and cool Thursday morning in Rocky River, Ohio. Dustin in Akron. It is Thursday, June the 19th at 9:01 a.m. It is Juneteenth. Obviously a very important day in the history of this country, and not a lot of live programming today. So we wanted to join you live on this day. And there's a lot to talk about today. We'll get into Shador Sanders. We'll get into the Browns. The Guardians have actually won 2 in a row. So a lot to get to today. Dustin, your first podcast since the marriage.
Yeah. Well,
past weekend. We talked about it yesterday, but we're happy to talk about it again today, of course.
Yeah, it's good to be with you guys on this Juneteenth. And I'm a married man again. It was an amazing weekend. It was everything and beyond what I thought it was going to be. You personally made it very, very special. Folks who maybe don't know, you officiated the wedding and did an absolutely marvelous job. Stole the show.
No.
Don't say that. No, I'm kidding. I know. But no, you did such a great job that everybody. I think you may have like a future in like this is a career, because people were asking if you had like a card.
Yeah,
like, can I get a hold of that guy, because he was really good.
It's funny because I don't think I would ever perform a wedding for someone I didn't care about personally. I've done it twice for friends, for good friends.
Sure.
And I don't think I could do it for a stranger. I first of all, I'm passionate about it, and I want to.
We know that.
Make it special and meaningful, and I just don't. I think that would be harder to do for somebody I didn't care about. So that would be tricky, and it's a lot of work.
It is a lot
of
work,
time,
man.
which I don't mind for somebody I care about, but for a stranger, I guess for a lot of money I might do it, but I'd feel bad taking money, I guess, if from a stranger. So I don't know, but I appreciate it, and it was my pleasure, and it was a beautiful night and just a beautiful setting. The weather turned out to be great. We were worried about it the whole week, and it just turned out to be a real special night, and there was a lot of love in the air.
It was,
and everybody had a great time.
Yeah, no, it was a celebration of a lot of things, and overcoming a lot of things too. I've battled some things in my life personally that I've talked about, but I'm finding my way on the other side, which is a much better place to be, and I'm happy to share it with all of my loved ones and friends and family and everyone else who was there, and all of you, because we're talking about it right here on the podcast. Yeah. So we appreciate it.
And we see here from Sam, Bull and Fox, congrats, Dustin. Wasted Time Chief, congratulations. Jay says, oh shit, I forgot he was getting married. Congrats. Michael, congrats, Dustin. Jay Strauss, congrats, Dustin.
Thank you all.
Stay steady. Ken Carmen sends his best wishes.
Hey, Ken texted me yesterday.
Oh, wow. What did he just congratulate you, or what?
It was a nice text.
Yeah.
It was a nice text.
Okay, that's cool.
Would have liked it about a year ago, but
right. Steve says, congrats, Dustin. Sam says, did Bull open the ceremony with a live?
100% opened up the ceremony with a live from Fair Lawn Country Club.
Yes. I had to do it.
Oh, my God. Dude, I honestly had no idea what you were going to say or do, or how you were going to open it. But like once you open your mouth and start talking, it was like, okay, this is gonna be great. It's gonna be really good.
Yeah, I wanted to get everybody like energized and feeling happy and excited, and yeah.
I had no idea that you did that SportsCenter breaking news thing like 2 seconds before the ceremony. Like Adam had gone up to our DJ who was running the music and stuff for the ceremony and all that.
Yeah,
and you had him pull a clip, right, for like a drop, like a soundbite. Drop for when Bull was pretending to get a text or a call or something on breaking news, and it was pretty funny. He played like a SportsCenter, like I don't know, the breaking news bed.
Right, the breaking news was me getting the word that instead of going to a fancy honeymoon, you were going to go to some
like Muncie, Indiana.
Town in It was actually Ding Dong, Texas, which is a real town, by the way.
So it's funny you said a couple of towns that I'd never heard of. That was a real town?
Yeah, well, all the towns I mentioned were real. I
Okay.
wasn't 100% sure you went to all of those. I thought you did.
What's
because,
funny is like I think most of those I went to last year.
Yeah, well, and the reason I knew that is because to get those towns, I searched your Twitter for
Okay.
when you do
Oh, office of the day.
Office for the Day. So I was searching for it, and I'm not great at searching Twitter, so I couldn't
I'm
find
not
that
either.
many, but I found a few to throw in there. But that ding, I was like, I wanted to have like the stupidest named town of all time to be the place you're going to. And so I just Googled, what are some real town names that are dopey? And I love Ding Dong, Texas. And even though there is not, I said you were going to a Division II football game or whatever, but there is no Division II football team there. But there is a good Division football team nearby Ding Dong, Texas, but not actually in Ding Dong, Texas.
That is pretty funny. You got the Murfreesboro in there too, man.
Yeah, right.
In Tennessee.
Yeah, people like that though. That seemed to resonate. And then,
it all did, man.
And then
I'm telling you, everyone kept coming up to me.
Yeah.
During the reception, and they were asking about you.
Yeah. That's
like,
cool.
Man, I told you. I mean, I was very happy because it turned out the way, but even like I thought it was going to be great, but even better. It was even better.
Yeah, it was amazing. Everything about the night was perfect. I hope Sarah liked my references to her soap opera that she watches.
First off, what's great about how you did that?
Yeah.
So Adam made like light of the fact that Sarah, my wife, watches a ton of Days of Our Lives.
Right.
All the time. Like she has for, I don't know, the show's been on like 35 years and it's like the same characters. But you were like naming off some of the characters from the show, and I don't watch the show. But I didn't need to watch the show because I just knew exactly what you were talking about. Because oh my God, it's got to be characters from Days of Our Lives.
Yeah, I'm like, I was researching what's going on the show lately to like, be up to date with it because I have no clue. Obviously, I don't watch it, but
could have called Chuck Booms. Oh, that was General Hospital. That was General Hospital. That's right.
Chuck Booms. I'm the biggest shock.
Somebody say hospital.
I'm shocked he's still alive. Honestly,
is he? How's he doing, man?
I have no idea.
I haven't talked to him in years.
I have no idea, but that guy was a mess. For those, if you know, you know. I'm sure most of our audience knows who Chuck Booms is, but maybe not all. Anyway, a few more YouTube chats I want to read. Let's see. Okay, pick 99. I got to ask, since we got an Akron local and a West Sider, Angelo's in Lakewood or Luigi's in Akron?
Please.
Yeah.
I remember when I had my first beer.
It's funny because I almost
Luigi's is the answer, by the way.
Yeah, we stopped. We almost, after we left the rehearsal dinner, we almost stopped by Luigi's.
Dude, I told you should have gone.
I know, but it's not like Akron's that far. I mean,
honestly, it's not that far from Rocky River. It's probably like 35 minutes.
Yeah,
it
took me 40 minutes to get to the country club. That was it.
Yeah.
42 minutes, whatever. No, it was nothing. So yeah, I'm not. Listen, people love Angelo's. It's not my cup of tea, but you like what you like.
Angelo's is fine. It's fine. I like it. I think it's good. It's not my favorite. It's not the worst. It's fine, but it's not Luigi's. Luigi's is in Akron. It
looks
for
good.
Years,
the food looks good there too. Beyond
well, that's
pizza.
the thing. They have they have these salads there. It's more of like cheese than it is a salad.
Yeah.
So they put this. So it's like just normal lettuce, right?
Yeah.
And then on top, it's like a pound of just this shredded mozzarella cheese. And you put the dressing on top. And dude, it's just heavenly.
Yeah,
you gotta get it.
All right, let's. We can talk about this all day, but let's talk a little football. There was some news off the field. Shador Sanders.
This is not a thing to me. Personally.
Well, I was going to ask you. So just so people know, he got pulled over and cited for driving 101 miles an hour on the highway. I can't remember what town it was. He was on 77 or 71. He was going south. I
don't know.
I don't think it really matters.
I think it was Strongsville, actually.
Yeah, Strongsville. You're right. It was about 12:30 at night.
First off, okay.
Yeah.
If you're from this area,
yeah,
like you sort of got to know.
He'll learn
where the no wake zones are.
That's it.
You know what I mean? I joke about this all the time, and I used to with Bo Bishop when he would fill in for you.
Yeah.
I like Bo. for me, when I come from like Akron or Canton to Cleveland, the no wake zone begins pretty much around Richfield
Yeah.
through Brecksville, and then you get a little bit of a break, and then it picks right up again at about Newburgh Heights. That's on 77.
Yeah.
On 71, bro, you don't want to mess with Strongsville.
Not at all.
In the Brunswick area in Strongsville, you don't mess with speeding in those areas. You just sort of you keep it right around 5 over.
I think I got a ticket in the mail once from that area that I got busted speeding.
Dude, I still got one from Newburgh Heights. Those a-holes sent me one last year, or like whatever, 6 months ago. I still haven't paid it. I asked an attorney, he said, don't pay it.
Oh boy. Big deal. So big deal, little deal, no deal on this.
Little deal. He was probably driving a Lamborghini.
Yeah, I don't think it was a Lamborghini. I think, but it was obviously it was a nice car. He's not driving something. I can't remember what it was. I read what it was, and he listen, he was not drunk.
It's hard to go. It's hard to go slow in those cars, man.
Yeah.
I've got an exotic car. It's hard to even just go the speed limit.
Yeah. Listen, it was a bad decision.
Yeah.
But it's a bad decision that a lot of people his age make. I
make it all the time, so I'm not sitting here going to denigrate the guy.
No, I'm not killing him. Again, we can't pretend it's not. It's at night, which is a little, you don't want. It's probably not a smart move to be driving 101 at night. That's probably it's a bad call. But I'm not going to rake the guy over the coals for it.
I just think there's a big difference between 101 and 141.
Well, certainly. And
you know what I mean? Or 131.
Yeah. And doing 101 sober and 101 drinking.
Yeah, totally.
Totally. That's a big – listen, we've all – I can't say we all. I know you and I have driven that fast in our lives.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, I'll be honest. I don't think I've ever driven that fast at night that I can recall. I've certainly done it during the day. Not that often, but I've certainly done it. It's not a great idea for anybody to do it. But I've done it myself at an older age than he is now, so I'm not going to kill the guy for it. Again, if we're saying is it a good choice or a bad choice to do it, it was a bad choice to do it. Not the end of the world. Hopefully he'll learn a lesson here, which is A, probably shouldn't be driving that fast at night, and B, if you're going to do it, don't do it in Strongsville.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Or like, dude, turn on your Waze app, man.
Yeah. Right. They'll warn you. Oh, you use Waze?
I use Apple and Waze.
I use Apple. To me, Waze is only for people like 65 and older. I feel like only old people use it, but I could be wrong.
I feel like all my young friends use Waze.
Really?
I'm
out
like
of the
the
loop
one that uses the Apple Maps. And by the way, the Apple one has gotten pretty good with the potholes and with the cops and stuff and the construction and like rerouting you. I mean, Waze has always been pretty good about that, I think.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. You have CarPlay in your car?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best.
When I was driving to your wedding, I got an alert obstruction in the road, and it was a deer. There was a deer in the road. Like it was dead. It was dead.
Dead deer. Okay.
And I was like, man, they are on this dead deer. And it was good because I moved over right before it because I had gotten that alert. So that was good.
Even if I'm driving somewhere that I know where I'm going, I put in the destination because I want to know
always
the amount of time. I want it to maybe correct me if there's a construction or there's an accident or something like that.
Right.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, I did it like going to the country club, I just didn't know where to go off the highway. I knew where to get off the highway. I just didn't know where to go off the highway. But yeah, I always do it. I mean, unless I'm driving locally, obviously. But yeah, if I'm getting on the highway at all, I always put it on because you never know. Like if there's an accident, every once in a while there's an accident, the road will get closed. I jump off the highway and go where I got to go. So yeah. But I think the bottom line on the Shador Sanders thing is people are going to react to this based on their preconceived notions. Like if you're a Shador Sanders supporter, you're going to say this is a 0. If you're a Shador Sanders hater, you're going to make a huge deal about it. And if you're a reasonable person that wants him to succeed but is being fair about things like you and I are, then you're like, it's a minor thing. It's not a big deal. Don't make it a habit, whatever. But it's certainly not. Like, this certainly would not change my opinion of him as a potential quarterback for the Browns. I think
no
that
chance.
would be really silly. So people are going to believe whatever the hell they want. To me, it's it was so funny because I saw an article about this on Twitter, and I'm like, okay, let me see what the reaction from the fans is, just to scroll down and see. And of course, there's somebody, this is nothing. Why should it even be talked about? And then there's another person, he should go to jail. He should go to jail. I mean,
Go to jail. I mean,
crazy.
go out to 77 right now and take
Yeah.
the next 10 cars to jail.
I know. You're going to find plenty of people. And what's so funny is if he was doing 80, like, it wouldn't even be a story. But 20 miles an hour, I don't know. Again, I just don't think it's that big a deal. But I do think I do think it leads us in a way to an important lesson that this is a stretch of time for players where you can get in trouble. And, like, you have a lot of free time here from the end of mini camp last week until training camp starts in 5 weeks or so from now, roughly. Like, we see every year there are players that end up getting themselves in some sort of trouble when you have this downtime, and it's just something to kind of be aware of as a player, to just think about what you're doing. And it's easy for us to say, we get older and you get a little wiser sometimes with age, but when you're, whether it's Shador Sanders or any other player, when you're 21, 22, 23, you got a lot of money for the first time. In Shador's case, it's not the first time he has a lot of money, but for a lot of other players, you get money for the first time. It's easy to go out there and get a little crazy.
No, there's no doubt. It's a good point by you. This is the period of time where guys really need to kind of focus on, staying locked in on what you're doing off the field. I'm not killing the guy for the speeding ticket. I'm not. But it's like there are going to be other players. They're going to have to make tough choices about who they hang out with this time of year, where they go. There's going to be vacations coming up, things like that. You're back with your homeboys who maybe you just got some money. Maybe you're a rookie and now your boys want to party or they want to go you just got to make better decisions and prioritize your career, essentially, that is just beginning, especially for the young guys, the rookies here who have just gotten to the league.
Yeah, it's interesting you say the money, because I was talking with Tyvis actually at your wedding. We were talking, and he was talking about how, man, he got his first contract, and there was a lot of people interested in talking to him, after he started getting paid for the first time, and that's something that players have to be careful. I think when you're a young player, you probably want to help your friends and do these kind of things, but unless you're a top 10 pick or something, it seems like you're making a lot of money, and compared to the average person you are. But as you know, and Tyvis knows better than anybody, careers can be short, and that good money could go away quickly. And so you got to be smart with it.
There's no doubt. I mean, and by the way, I know it goes very fast. I didn't get millions of dollars, but I got more than I ever had in my life when I was 23.
Yeah.
And you can spend it very fast.
Yeah, especially when you got everybody coming around saying, "Hey, can I have this? Can you buy this? You want to do this?" It can get challenging. So, anyway, I mean, in terms of on the field, obviously nothing's going to change with the quarterback competition over the next 6 weeks. But it is going to be interesting to see once we get into the regular season, or excuse me, into the training camp and the preseason, if there's any change in how Kevin Stefanski and the Browns handle the quarterbacks after Shador didn't get an opportunity to work with the starting offense at all. And I just wonder if we'll see that at some point in training camp. It's certainly in the, when they have those practices with, I think, the Panthers and Eagles and into the preseason games. Do you think early he will get some first-team reps, or do you think it's still going to be a while before that happens?
No, I think you'll want to get him some first-team reps at some point. I think those intra-squad scrimmages, practices, if you will be a good opportunity for guys like him and Gabriel to get those reps. Once you get into the preseason, he'll probably play a ton. Now, those reps won't be against the opposing team's number ones, so that's why those practices probably will be a better, measuring stick for what he can do against the team's top defense.
Yeah.
But overall, I think we know what Joe Flacco is. I would not expect to see a ton from Flacco in those big moments. I mean, I think the team knows that he can be a starting quarterback. They know what he can do in this offense. And this training camp really, to me, is about evaluating these two rookies and finding out, do we have something? Do we have something worth investing more time and energy into? Like if Shador Sanders looks like he has the chance to be a legitimate starting NFL quarterback, then the Browns are probably going to lean more into that and start prepping him for opportunities this season to start games, like regular season games at some point.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll leave it there for now because obviously nothing's getting decided anytime soon. But I did want to bring something else up with you.
Yeah, what's up?
In a minute, because the Lakers. Well, we'll get to the Guardians in a minute too. But
Genie Bus got a nice paycheck.
Yeah, they're selling the Lakers. The Bus family obviously has owned the Lakers for what, 50 years or 40 something years? I can't remember.
Long
exactly.
time.
Bus family
didn't he buy him for like $60 million and just sold for like $10 billion?
I can't remember exactly how much he bought him for. Let's see. This is an article from Shams Charania from the ESPN. Bus family entering into agreement to sell majority ownership of the Lakers to Mark Walter for a franchise valuation of approximately $10 billion, the highest ever for a U.S. sports franchise. The Bus family will keep a minority share, just over 15% for a time. I want to know how much.
Yeah, what was the team purchased for?
Yeah.
See?
No, I heard you. Z.
The audience.
I'm sorry.
$67
so
million
Z, our
in
producer.
1979.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, 79 for $67 million. I mean, oh my! Talk about a profit. That's almost 20 times. That is crazy. Now it was the Dr. Jerry Buss who bought it is no longer with us. It's his daughter. But did you watch the show?
On
Showtime?
HBO?
Yeah, it was really good.
I watched quite a bit of it. I thought the guy that played John C. Reilly did a good job playing Buss.
He was amazing. Yeah. I thought they were all really good. The guy who played Magic, I don't even know who that actor is, but I thought he was really good. And anyway, it was $10 billion. I mean, listen, the Lakers obviously are an extremely popular franchise, playing in the second biggest city in America, and celebrities like to go there, and that plays a big role in this. But man, that is unbelievable. Yeah, $65 million, which is just incredible, to $10 billion. Well, good for her. Now she can just do whatever the hell. I guess she could have done whatever the hell she wanted anyway. But it is interesting that took place. So good for her. And congratulations to them for all the money they made. Speaking of the NBA,
Game 6 tonight?
Game 6, yeah. Thunder Pacers. The spread for tonight's game here at Bet Rivers, the Thunder are favored by 6.5 on the road. Do you think the Pacers take care of business and get it back to Oklahoma City for a Game 7?
Yes, I do. I think that environment at is it Conseco Fieldhouse? Is that where they play?
Conseco,
anyway,
yeah, I think so.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It used to be at one point that was the name.
Yeah.
In Indianapolis where they play, it's gonna be rocking, and I think Halliburton is gonna give it a go. I know he's battling that calf strain.
Yeah.
And I mean, you leave it all on the line because if you don't force a Game 7, that's it. I mean, you have to win tonight. I think that place will figure it out. I don't know if they're going to win the series. I think it's going to be really challenging to win a Game 7. But in Game 7, as we all know, you throw out the records. And this, I don't know, man. Like it feels like the Pacers this year.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, they've been like on this magical run where this just seems like one more thing that they'll overcome, just as they've overcome all of those 20-point plus deficits in the postseason to come back to get wins against the Cavs, against who they played in the last round. I forget, the Knicks, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it's just they're kind of a special team. If Halliburton is close to 90% or 80%, I think they'll have a chance tonight.
I think on paper the Thunder should win because they're the better team, and the Pacers' best player is hurt, is banged up. But I agree with you. I think the Pacers are going to win. I originally was like yesterday, I was like, the Thunder probably win. But yeah, there is something magical about this. I do think the Thunder will ultimately win at home in Game 7, but And I haven't been that into the NBA Finals, to be honest with you, but I'll watch tonight, and hopefully there will be a Game 7, because it's always exciting when there's a Game 7 in baseball or basketball or hockey.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't get it in hockey, but we hopefully will get it in the NBA Finals. By the way, did you see this story about the Stanley Cup? Did you see this?
Which one?
So the Panthers, who won the Stanley Cup, here, I'll read this to you. The Stanley Cup is a little banged up thanks to the Panthers' celebration of back-to-back titles. The bowl of the famous trophy is cracked, and the bottom is dented.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
During their celebration, they effed up the Stanley Cup trophy.
You got it. So, is there just one Stanley Cup they pass around, or do they make multiple of these things?
I think there's a part of it that's unchanged, and then they add to it. But I'm not 100% sure about that.
Because I never know about
cool.
I never know about these trophies, if they
Yeah.
like reproduce them for these teams and players to like be able to carry around. I found something fascinating this past French Open.
Yeah.
Coco Gauff, the American who won the women's championship,
Yeah.
they hold up this huge trophy after they win. Well, I thought they got to keep it. No, it stays there. She is on like her private jet home, and she did a video, and she's holding this little mini thing. It's about the size of this rock star, and she's like holding it like this. She's like, "Okay, this is the actual miniature trophy that we get to take home," and it looks like it's like plastic, dude. I swear to God. I've got to. Hold on a second. Look at this.
Yeah.
1 second.
That is funny. Oh, so that's like what they
So
get?
I won a USTA tournament, and this was like our trophy we got.
Yeah. Yeah.
It looked like this size. For winning the French Open.
I can't believe you did. I mean, I didn't know that, but I'm not a big tennis guy.
by the Stanley Cup, because that thing is so big,
massive. Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't know that, even though I don't, because I'm not a big tennis guy. But I
did not know that.
Tennis.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sort of new to the traditions.
That's true.
Of
You're
these
newly
big tournaments
obsessed.
And
yeah.
Yes.
And although there was a good job out of her taking people inside with that, because people just, I guess that's probably not that common knowledge.
Yeah.
Unless you're really ingrained in it. That is interesting. Finally, the Guardians, who have been playing terrible baseball, are actually off to a great start in their series in San Francisco. They've won the first 2 games of the series. They won Tuesday night 4-3, and then last night they won 4-2. Daniel Schneemann hit a 3-run homer off of Justin Verlander in the 4th inning. That put the Guardians up 4-0. Giants got a 2-run homer in the 5th to make it 4-2. But that was it. The Guardians bullpen doing a great job. 3 2/3 innings out of the pen. 3 base runners, no runs, 3 Ks. Clase got his 16th save, and for the most part, since the first couple of weeks of the season, has been significantly better. So obviously I've been beating up the Guardians, deservedly so. So I'll give them credit here. And I said they'd be under 500 before the All-Star break. I still think they will, but I hope I'm wrong, and I like that they've gone to San Francisco against a good Giants team that started this series 10 games over 500, and they've won the first 2. So they've gotten good pitching. Logan Allen was, solid in his start.
How do you feel about this club the rest of the weekend?
Well, I don't. They'll play Oakland after today's game, so Oakland's bad, so I like their chances in that series. But I thought they'd lose 2 out of 3 to the Giants, and now they have a chance to sweep. Now, today's game, Logan Webb is pitching, who's fantastic for the Giants, but Robbie Ray's also fantastic, and they found a way to beat him. Good pitching matchup. It's an afternoon game today, 4:05. Gavin Williams will pitch for the Guards. Logan Webb will pitch for the Giants. Let me see what the money is on this game. Here we go. The Guardians are plus 150 in this game. I would stay away because I don't want to bet against Logan Webb, and the Guardians are unlikely to sweep the series. I kind of like the Giants today, but not enough, so I would stay away from that game.
Okay,
that's a stay away from me. There was a bunch of rainouts yesterday. The Brewers against my Cubs at plus 105 are not a bad selection today. But for more on things of this nature, check out Betting Weekly Hardball today at 2 p.m. We'll give you all the picks. And
Dougie K?
Yeah, I think Doug might be off. I can't remember if he's off today or tomorrow. He's missing one of the shows. I can't remember now which day. Oh, it's Doug today. Okay, yeah, he's off tomorrow. So yeah, Doug, man, yesterday we had his dog on the show.
Oh, his dog is so
Arthur.
cute. His dog is so cute.
Dude, he just sits there in his director's chair. He's wearing a bow tie. Dog is chill. I mean, it was funny. And the dog helped us make a pick. He liked Chris Sale yesterday, and he was right. Chris Sale 1 out away from a complete game, and the Braves beat the Mets 5-0. He was all over that. So
Doug knows his baseball. He knows betting, man.
Yeah. I did not. I loved the over on Bobby Witt for hits and total bases, and I didn't get it.
You got any leans today?
Yeah, I'll take a look. I'm obviously going to take a look at it between now and 2, but I'm not ready to make those leans yet. Although yes, I do. I am leaning towards the Brewers at Wrigley Field this afternoon, but we got to look it over a little more before this afternoon. Anyway, thanks to everybody for joining us today. Thanks to Z and Monzo in the mix today for producing. And thanks to all of you for watching and listening. Make sure if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button. We'll be back again next week. Where else but right here in the Bullpen, the Bull and Fox edition, every Thursday at 9 a.m. We'll talk to you next time. See ya.